Beat Boys, baby. Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Enter the Square podcast, where we talk everything New Orleans, mostly hip hop. We love hip hop and everything to do with our city and hip hop. I am Uncle Sug. My real name that I use in the industry is Sugar Bear. I've been producing here for quite a while now, and I have my co-host here, Mr. Brandon. Is that the name you're going to go by, Brandon?
We could go by Brandon. We could go by Slim. We could go by B. It's all the same.
Man, you make up your mind what you want.
We're going to go with Slim.
We're going to go with Slim. All right. Slim. So, Slim, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man.
From New Orleans, born and raised in the third ward to the east beast. And before we get started, I just want to say rest in peace, Fifth Ward Weavy.
Rest in peace, Fifth Ward Weavy.
And free BG.
And free BG. Free Mac, too, man. You hear me?
Free Mac and Jizzle.
So by the time y'all see this, it'll probably be a week after, our dog Fifth Ward Weeby went on home. But like you say, rest in peace, man. So, all right. Third Ward, you said?
Third Ward, Uptown, Delaware and Claiborne. Yes, sir.
All right. And then
to the east.
Okay. So, East Boy. So, I already know, but tell the people your illustrious high school.
Oh, man, the mighty Marion Averson, 5552 Reed.
Marion Averson. Okay, so.
Best school in the city.
Okay. All right, hold on. What a thing? Nope, not that one. That one right there.
The hate is real, America.
Oh, man, that's what it is. All right, so. Me, myself, I'm 7th Ward all day, and then I moved to the East. Been with the East forever. Been from St. Raymond, went to St. Aug. I did make a brief stop at Averson.
See what I'm saying? The best school.
For 1 year, I did a little Averson, and then I went on to Reed. All right, so that's a brief introduction, real quick, just to kind of, go with that. Anyway, so let's get down to business.
Let's get down.
State of hip hop in New Orleans.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first.
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it. There's no unity. There's no radio play. It's just not the same like the 90s. It's not there.
It's just not there.
It's not there.
So, all right. So, who's your favorite rap artist? From the city.
Right now?
From the city. You know what? Yeah, just go ahead.
As of right now, Kid, Peanut.
Kid,
Yeah.
Peanut. All right. All time.
Soulja Slim.
Soulja Slim.
But Soulja Slim was the best rapper from New Orleans. But Juvenile had the best album ever from New Orleans. 400 Degrees.
400 Degrees.
400 Degrees.
Okay. I kind of rock with you on that one. I give you that, even though I was part of Streets Made Me, which is probably a strong number 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the 400 Degrees. At least in my eyes, that's a strong number 2, right? From the city. So
well,
I mean, that's for me. That's my
every day
opinion as far as New Orleans rap hype. You got Wayne, got his Carters and stuff like that, but the Carters to me is more of a that's more of a national, even though 400 Degrees was national, it wasn't on that level. But
remember, he dropped it first locally.
Right.
That 97, 98. And then he came back, added the 2 songs, the song with Jigga and the Follow Me Now. So, 400. 400
Degrees.
Most definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, right? I already said that.
I know you're gonna go with World War III.
Yeah, I mean World War. I'm not gonna say. I would say it might be the best produced, put together album, just the way it was done. The live instruments, so on and so forth, and the subjects that Mac was on. Because of course, to me, Mac is the number 1 rapper from New Orleans. Okay, because he just put it all together, right? He got the thug thing, murder, but he also had the conscious way he's talking about all the things as far as with, us as a people and taking care of ourselves and taking care of your family and so on and so forth, and the bad things that might go on and so on and so forth. So I think as a whole, as a project, I'm gonna go ahead with that one. That's what I would have to go with, him as being the best rapper. I'm not gonna say World War III is the best album.
I just think he's the best rapper.
But I'm gonna say he the best rapper. That's just my opinion.
But at the time in the 90s, we wasn't New Orleans. We didn't care about the conscious. We care now, but in the 90s, it was like, I hate to say it, it was a gangster tip.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Like, that's the difference between what's really rap. Like, I liken it to Tupac, right? Mac was more like Tupac, right? He gonna give you the girl song, he gonna give you the party song, he gonna give you the murder, kill, but he's still gonna come back and talk about, he might give you something like a Dear Mama, right? Yeah. So that all-encompassing way of rapping, he didn't miss no points. It wasn't just, I could listen to it and just listen to and get into all type of moods. I just ain't killing nobody. I just ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it had that whole thing. And then, like I say, a lot of his stuff had a lot of live instruments, because we pretty much stayed in the studio in LA for a week on this album and flew in all type of, musicians and stuff like that to play. Bass Heavy was, a serious influence on that. He played pianos, he played bass, he played whatever it was, right? Mm-hmm. So, the way it was put together was just, you would have had to be there. So I guess I'm kind of biased. I would say I'm a little biased. But.
All right, so I give you that. Let's take Mac and Soulja Slim out.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 from the 90s, and give me your top 5 right now. New Orleans only.
New Orleans only.
New Orleans only.
Oh man, I ain't listening to too much New Orleans rap like that. Cause
you got Izzy, you got Currency. I don't want to say Wayne because it's more nationwide, and we know Wayne is Wayne. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So right now, I could tell you. Obviously, Izzy. That's
Izzy,
my dog. Like you say, Currency, of course. I like Pie Sky. I don't know if you own Pie Sky or familiar with him. I like this cat named Wade. I said this before when I did the Rap Life. Podcast too. And who else? I'm trying to think. Who else? Oh, my dog Tonto. You know what I'm saying? He's serious with it. All right. Know what I'm saying? So that would be it. Was that 5? I think that was 5.
I think you missed one.
Did I miss one?
Tonto, Wade. Yeah, it was 4. Wade, Tonto, Izzy. The other guy you said.
Currency.
Yeah, all right, Currency.
So yeah, that was my 5. That's what I would listen to if I was, on a daily, if I had a way. I know I'm forgetting somebody, because there is somebody out there that I listen to, but right now that's what comes to mind. What you got?
Top 5 right now, New Orleans. Not a Currency fan like that. I think Currency nice. Mm-hmm. It just don't go for what I prefer.
Okay.
I gotta do Izzy. I gotta do Kid, aka Peanut.
Right.
They got a dude named Rafe, Rooftop Rafe.
Rooftop.
I want you to go listen to Rafe.
Okay.
Rafe nice. I probably can't give you nobody else.
Okay. So
from right now, no.
So
and Dizzy, like Raw Dizzy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the Dizzy that raps now, but I prefer Squad Up Dizzy.
Squad Up. I mean, Squad Up was classic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I shouldn't say. I mean, I was never really hard on Squad Up, but
because you was a No Limit man.
Everything I heard. I mean, you know, it wasn't even really that. I guess because I wasn't in the city as much as in that. You know what I'm saying? I was on trying to do my own thing and worrying about my own sound. I really didn't get into that. I heard the national stuff because I was more trying to be on that page, right? So I probably just didn't get into that. You know what I'm saying? But from everything I've heard, matter of fact, Izzy, all the rappers, any rappers I've come across, that squad was what it is, right? It was what's happening. So I do not doubt the validity of what it was. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta put my dollar in the jar. How many you know what I'm saying? See, I'm looking at Boss Man over there. He got me on a
get the job, B. Get the job, B.
You know what I'm saying? Cause listen, and this come from, if y'all ever paid attention to stuff that I post, I did a
hits.
I did a segment on BET back in the days with hits from the street, right? And in that segment, I might have talked for 3 minutes, but I said, you know what I'm saying, about 30 times.
It was 55.
It was about
55, America.
I counted it. So that's what they say, you know, you might need what they call that industry training, etiquette, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But there it is again. But that's just what happened.
But that's the New Orleans in you, and that's what make it unique.
Exactly.
It's different.
Right. Okay, so.
But you still ain't give me your top 5, not current, but past New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans. Well, in the past, it's weird because a lot of the stuff from the past that I listened to, I can't even remember no more. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, it was so far. Now you got to remember, right? I'm a little older.
I understand.
So
we ain't gonna disclose that, but
of course, you know, UNLV was up there.
Yellow.
Back in the G.
Yellow.
Right? What else? What else was back in the G?
You got Tim Smooth. You got Mr.
Oh,
Cool.
listen. Tim Smooth is the number one underrated rapper in the city of New Orleans all time, I believe.
I could agree.
I just believe that album that he put out.
The Rap A Lot album?
No. I don't think, was that Rap A Lot? That wasn't Rap A Lot, huh?
Well, Tim Smooth is about to rock the house?
Tim Smooth is about to rock the house.
That was before.
Bruh. That album right there, B. Listen. Rapper, yeah. He definitely back in the G. Yeah. You know
Tim
what I'm
Smooth,
saying? So
bad like a second grader.
when funny thing is, when Mystical came out, I was gone. I was in the military. I was in Florida. One of my little partners, I think it was Charles. Shout out to Charles. My dog, he came down from the city with the tape. He's like, man, listen to this. Dog. And it was some like, bro, it was a proud moment, right? Listening to what he had done. It was like, oh, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's some other shit. And to this day, obviously, Mystical is on some other.
He was
stuff.
Unique, you know, because he took things as far as, I mean, you know, for instance, the whole Big Boy roster, like he put it in a song. I'm insane, and I'm black like Menace, I'm G like Slim, you know. Sported like T, you know, it was
Definitely.
different. It was totally different.
Right.
And I mean, you know, people don't know the background. I mean, everybody thought UNLV hated the man, but it was like, it came together like, look, we gonna do this and we gonna make this work. So it was different. But when you go back New Orleans, the reason I hate the culture now is because you cut on Q93, obviously that's all we got for hip hop, because they didn't took 102.9 and made it back classic. But you hear no New Orleans music unless it's a Wayne song. Your Hot 888, you don't hear no New Orleans music.
Yeah.
And in the 90s, and I mean, it may be different with radio now because it's owned by mainstream companies per se, but
okay,
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a problem, which brings me to another topic. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my guy's chiming in to tell me take it easy.
And the thing about it, we don't have our own sound no more.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask. Do we have our sound? Do we have a sound, right?
And I mean, we have a sound, but it's bounce.
It is bounce, but listen. Okay. Our sound, besides bounce, obviously is Manny Fresh, right? Nobody wants to just kind of say that's what it is.
It's fresh. That was fresh.
It's fresh,
it was
right?
Fresh.
So then Beats by the Pound came along. Nope. Listen, I'm going to just say this right now on the record. Nobody can do Beats by the Pound. Beats by the Pound is Beats by the Pound. That sound that they had, I don't think it can be duplicated, right? I've never seen anybody even come close to duplicating their sound. Even today, I go back and listen to some of the stuff that was on some of the records. It just can't be duplicated, right? So, but anyway, back to
Beats by the Pound, or was it KL?
Well, no. Listen, KL is no secret. KL had most of the hits, right? It was KL. He had most because he had a sound, but the other folks on that definitely had a sound. Definitely, Los had his own sound. You know what I'm saying? Odell had his own sound, which was more melodic. You know what I'm saying? Because but it was different sounds, right? But the city never really caught that sound because, like I say, it's just too much of. No Limit was national, like from the get go.
Right.
Right. They was never like local New Orleans, where Cash Money was local,
and then
right? You know what I'm saying? So everybody grew up with Manny from the beginning to what it is. So there are a few people out here doing the sound, right? And it's great. I follow Mia X's son, Jack Joe, right? The stuff that he doing, it's a New Orleans sound, right? Mm-hmm. But my question is, do they want to hear that sound? Because it's a similar to Manny Fresh, right? But which is I describe as our sound. Besides, if it ain't bounce, it's fresh, right? So even people from Baton Rouge started to steal our, that sound, right? So do they want to hear it? That's the question.
Well, I mean, Fresh had the sound, but Fresh could have gave you bounce too, because if you really go back and listen to some of them albums, I hate to say it was Trigger Man used a lot. And Trigger Man was actually the creative sound of bounce.
Well, yeah, but I think that was early, right? That was early.
Well, I'm going to say the 90s, not the 2000s Fresh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when, like the Soldier Rags and all that came around, that really stamped the sound of what Fresh was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, some people might disagree, but from that point on, it just kind of flourished. Yeah, it went to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So I would think that. But back to what I'm saying, do they want to hear? Because like I say, Jack Joe, which is Mia X's son, he does that sound. There's another cat out there, I don't know the cat name, but he also is on that sound. Do we want to hear it?
I really think America want to hear it, because just for the simple fact, they took our bounce and ran with it. Tip, the red guy from Canada. I think 2 Chainz did a bounce song and somebody else did a bounce song. So if they hearing the bounce, why not want to hear the New Orleans sound? And I mean, people look at it and be like, oh, well, it's different. Atlanta was different, though. Outkast didn't sound like the rest of Atlanta. And they didn't sound like the rest of America. Just like us in the 90s. We didn't sound like the East Coast, the West Coast. So I think they want to hear it, but it's just about, like I'm not in the industry, so I don't know, but I'm assuming it's about who you know and who could get you on the radio.
Right. So I'm gonna take this moment to say, because some people might sit and they say at home and they say, all right, Suge, I know Suge, you be doing all of this music and all of this stuff, No Limits, so on and so forth. But why be? So Slim, as we gonna call him, right? I've been working with this man for a while, and as you could see, his mastery of New Orleans music. He really loves New Orleans music and everything to do with New Orleans music. I mean, this man can recite every verse from every New Orleans song ever made, damn near. So that's why he's my co-host, because he's an aficionado of New Orleans music. And that's just what it is. If you ask him a question, some stuff, like I say, I was gone for a while. I left. I was in the Navy. I didn't know some of the ins and outs of what was going on. And through years of working with you, I realized that you really know a lot of this stuff. Plus, you got some asshole moments, which I think is very, very.
That is me, America.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very.
I ain't cutting no corners.
Right now, we talking about hip hop. Wait till we ever talk about the city of New Orleans or how they treating the East.
Nothing.
You're gonna see what I'm talking about. All right. I mean, it's not Charlemagne, but it's Charlemagne. You understand what I'm saying? So
we're very different.
I mean, I'm just saying that role, right? That role of antagonism, you know what I'm saying, or antagonist. That's what it would be, right? So. Anyway, I just wanted to drop that for the people at home that might be saying, well, why, this dude, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. All right. So the next topic that I like to talk about is, does anyone want to hear real rap?
At this point, I think they do. Because all you got your Future came out, everybody mimic Future.
Right.
Migos came, everybody mimic. Everybody sounds the same except your J. Cole's or your Big Sean's.
Right.
So I think the rap now to me is like disco was in the 70s. If you could go back to the 70s, disco lived for 9 years. Mm-hmm. In like 1979, they had some kind of celebration that killed disco. And I feel like that's what's going to happen to the current rap. It's not going to kill rap, but it's going to kill what they call this trap rap or whatever they call it.
Yeah, technically.
It's going to die.
It's trap.
It's going to die.
Listen, I love it, but I've been waiting for it to die for a while, and it don't seem like it's dying. Like it's metamorphizing or some shit. I don't even know if that's a word, but you know what I'm saying? What you call it when a disease takes another form? That's what it does, right? It's a different strand. It's growing strands where I don't know if it's going to end, right? Because I'm gonna tell you a true story. We was going to South by Southwest, and we was in the Suburban, me and the whole crew. Izzy, Slums, Taz, Ernie, all my crew, right? And we coming with this discussion. They was like, okay, who's hotter, Drake or Future? And who's gonna last longer? We had a whole argument because there's a couple of people in the car that said Future, right? And I'm, of course, me being, I'm like, you got to be out your ever loving mind. You know what? This is the internet, people. I could curse out your motherfucking mind, right? It just ain't gonna happen, right? So right. I thought he would be gone earlier, but
he just reemerged.
He's sticking around.
He just reemerged. He just dropped a song. Him and Drake.
So he's sticking around. He ain't going nowhere.
But is Drake really a rapper, or is he a per se entertainer?
That is the thing, right? Drake is both, okay? Because you have the song. Really, Drake is a hybrid, right? Because he can do this singing. He get in his pocket, right, with this singing. with these songs, right? But then he'll turn around and drop a verse. Not he don't do it as much as he used to, but back in the G when he was, you know what I'm saying, like a couple of albums back, some of them verses be like, you sit there and listen to it and you just be like, yo, like, I mean, just take for instance the Meek Mill battle, right? When he gets into his rap, it's rap. That's why I think he gonna be here.
But I can't take him serious because
a long time.
I don't think he wrote it.
Oh no!
So he
gonna
be here though.
He got a bad rap with that one. I think he has help. I think everybody has some type of help, right? I mean, unless I would say if Jay told me he never had help or Wayne told me he never had help, I don't know about the Wayne thing, but
Jay had help.
I might say
Jay definitely had help.
Might have, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the way Jay write all in his head
stole.
like
Well,
that.
I ain't gonna say he stole, but he referenced other people.
Yeah, he does. Listen, he does that a lot.
Yeah.
That was a whole argument, right? Because by him being who he is, right?
Right.
He could come to New Orleans, listen to songs that's down here, right? And take from that song a slang or whatever, right? And then use it in his song, but nobody never knew it came from New Orleans because all they know is Jay said it, right? So that is what it is. But I really don't think he's getting that much help. And I don't think Drake is getting that much help. I think that it's almost like in R&B, right? I've wrote songs for people and I'll reference it for them, right? They just kind of take that and do what they want to do to it. They might change some words. They might do it. Sometimes they just keep it the way it is. I think a certain type of song, especially if it's a singing song, Drake might take that. But I don't think nobody writing his raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would, it could be, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm going to go back to the question. Do people want to hear rap, right? Because it's not, the things that we have now is not rap per se, right? Even with Wayne, right? I want to hear Wayne rap. I want to hear
the real Wayne.
Right. I'm not, I want to hear what made him the greatest rapper alive, right? I'm tired of like,
love.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, no knock. I mean, he do what he do because obviously it works, right? They sell record. He do well with it. But I want to hear that, like Jay say, I want to hear that what we was just talking about, the mixtapes. I want to hear that squad.
That squad way.
The mixtape Wheezy. I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's when it's like on some.
That's when it's real.
Bruh.
That's when it's real.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to hear.
But I think people 28 and up want to hear real rap. People from 12 to 27, they cool with the trap rap.
Is people 28 and up buying records?
I don't know, because I don't buy them.
See? So therein lies the problem, right? Therein lies the problem when you're because listen, because I'm still doing music, I have this all the time. Do you do what sells or do you do what's in your heart? Right? It's a battle, right? Because I'm gonna tell you why it's a battle. What you're supposed to do is do what's in your heart, and then to be authentic to yourself, and then everybody will catch on, and then right. But the sad thing is, while you're being authentic and true to your heart, you're going broke. Because all you're doing is spending a whole lot of money and no money is coming back because nobody's buying it because it's not what's happening. Now, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying do just that type of music because we don't do that. We do that type of music. We do our type of music. We just do it all. That's why I've said we don't have a lane. We just go where the wind blows us. He'll listen to, he just go whatever the song tells him to do. Mm-hmm. The beat, in other words, that's what he gonna do. Same thing with Slums. Whatever the beat tell him to do, that's what they gonna do.
Shout out to Slums too, man.
Yeah, man. Slum, old Slummy, man. We working on We working on.
We need that.
We working
because it's been about 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't go as hard as we should have on Slums Village 2. If y'all listening, y'all need to go check out Slums Village 2, man. It's on Dat Piff. But we working on Double Jeopardy 2 with Izzy and Slums together, and a lot of people waiting on that when they've been asking, when they gonna do a thing again. So we working on that now. I'm working on, Izzy has his little EP he about to put out, is up there. So we doing that now. I'm trying to get the video shot for everything. We got a couple of nice ones, you know what I'm saying? We got one with Perk, you know what I'm saying? That's super, super duper hot, right? You on Perk? You know it? Not yet? Oh, I'm gonna turn you on to him. And we got one with Pie Sky, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get that one shot, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, it's gonna be a great project. Anyway, I'm drifting off. My thing is, I don't know if they want to hear rap, right? Because the people who's really rapping, I don't know if people our age, people who know rap, like, all right, let me give you an example. The guy, I think it was Roddy Ricch or something like that, right? I read something on Instagram where he says he doesn't look up to Biggie and Tupac because that's not his generation. He was listening to Future and Drake and,
How old he is? 17?
No, he probably in his 20s. But you got to figure, if you 12, 13, 14, right? And you listening to rap, that was 6 years ago. You not listening to Biggie and Jay and Tupac and you know what I'm saying? Biased. I mean, of course you're biased because it's almost like living in Michael Jordan's time, right? If you live in Michael Jordan time, unequivocally Michael Jordan is the best basketball player to ever touch the court, right? But not the young people. They think, oh well, LeBron James is better than it's not.
They just confused.
Kobe, which Kobe was close. They had a couple of videos out there where they look like the same goddamn person, right? So, but still, it's not Jordan. Like, if you know. But it's generations. The generations change, and that's what it is. Just like we used to. Well, I never did that because, I always was like the old music. You know what I'm saying? LTD. Earth, Wind and Fire, all that. I never said
Maurice,
that was trash, right? Exactly, right? I never said that was trash, right? So they not saying that it's trash, it's just not their thing, right? Which technically is right? Because I didn't want to be Earth, Wind and Fire, I wanted to be Michael Jackson. You see what I'm saying?
You didn't knock Maurice for reasons.
I don't think they knocking the Tupacs and the Biggies. I've heard some people say crazy stuff, but I don't think they're necessarily knocking Tupac and Biggie. They're just saying that they not looking up to them. That's not who they're looking up as their mentors or the people that they admire, because that's not their generation, right?
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, come on, man.
I mean, hey.
I could bring you back to 1972, the Dells, and I was born in 81, so.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this dude is a music.
You go back and listen to the old music. So I feel like if you in this game, you should at least know and acknowledge the people before you. Because you can't get in your future if you don't know about your past. So these people brought this forward for you. So go listen to them and, see how it really was. And a lot of people only get airplay now, or per se, because of social media. Prince go on YouTube. He might got 60 million views.
Right.
And, back in the day, the artist, you had to go spend the $19.99 to get the album, to hear the artist, because at one point, we couldn't sell a single. You got to sell a whole album. So, it's different now.
It's definitely a different game, and it's hard.
I don't like it
out here for everybody because of the way it is. it's a what can you do for me now type thing, right? So you got to be constantly putting out music, because you could pay $9 a month and listen to every song in the world, right?
Right.
So it ain't like we used to do, right? We used to go, matter of fact, even when I was with No Limit, right? I would go on Saturday mornings down to the little store on Paris, right on the, when you get down.
Gimmick Records.
Right there, right?
Make the right.
And get the records, right? And then I would get the record, I'll open up the CD, and I had a special way of opening up the CD. You know the little tape that was on it? That hood. I would take the CD from the back where the hinges was, so I didn't break the tape, right? And then I would get into it, and I would read.
You was petty.
You know what I'm saying? But I would get that, look at all the credits. See, they don't even have the credits, right?
Right.
They don't know.
You gotta literally Google
exactly
who this is.
Who you gonna know? So, I mean, the producers obviously have adapted, right? They put their little tag in the front, so you know. But back in the day, you had to actually look at the credits. I'm sorry for some of you youngsters, y'all probably don't even know what credits is, right?
I don't know what a CD is.
Right, hey.
Compact disc, people.
Hey, ain't no knock. You know what it is. Hey, y'all spending money doing what y'all think, but the credits was important, especially to me as a musician. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lost art to me, like the actual credits of something. You know what I'm saying? So is that, oh, okay. That's you. I was supposed to put my phone on airplane mode, but I forgot.
I think another thing I hate is like you could go on the internet now and get a beat and make a song. Well, before, you know, people was actually in the lab.
Yeah. But, you know, I think that comes with education, right? Wendy Day, which some of y'all may be familiar, some of y'all may not, right? Wendy Day is an older Caucasian lady. I just don't want to say straight up, you know, well, just say white lady, right? And she actually was partially responsible for the Cash Money deal, which was 80-20, right? So she been in the game a while, right? She's doing this 2020 vision. Shout out to Wendy Day. And she talked about that just this morning or yesterday, right? When you get those beats off the internet, what can you do with that, right? Because you're leasing something that 40 other people may have leased. Because if it's a hot beat, you can believe that everybody didn't touch it, right? So then you can spend all your money, you make it hot, and then somebody say, oh, I like this song. Then you try to get exclusive from that producer online. Right?
Right.
And you can't get it because either he sold it exclusive to somebody else, or so many people have used it, it doesn't make sense. Or flip that, somebody else might hear that beat that got money and go to that producer and say, hey, I like that, I want that. So then guess what happens? Cease. Right? Because now, and I've had this happen to us, right? You get a beat offline, you do a whole video, you spend your money shooting a video, you go to post it on YouTube, right? You get a copyright infringement notice, right? Because somebody else bought the beat before you and put it out before you, and when they put it out, theirs is the first one. So now they have a claim on yours. So guess what happens? Now you can't monetize your YouTube on that video because somebody else has the copyright claim, right? So if you look at, and this is part of the game, people, if you're listening, if you look at some of our videos, some of the numbers are lower, right? And somebody might say, oh, well, you know, something ain't right with that. What happens is I didn't promote those videos. I didn't spend no money promoting those videos because I can't make no money off those videos because somebody has made a copyright claim on them, which means any commercial or any advertisement that plays before the video, they get. I don't get. So why would I spend my money on monetizing and promoting it, which is what she was saying, right? you're paying for somebody else's stuff and you can't make no money. She has artists that have done that, and then when it come time to make the whole thing happen, you can't get the exclusive rights. So now you done messed the whole joint up, right? And it's like, man, what's going on? So that's just a part of the game. Now, some people can't afford to buy beats, right?
Right.
So they go with that. They'll use the online beat, or sometimes they just don't like the beats that's available to them. So they'll use an online beat, right? But for a long time we used them, okay? But I tried to get Izzy and Slums off of them because for that same reason. We can't sell that. We don't own that. We can't really do what we supposed to do with it. We can't make the money we need to make off.
But then it's like a lost art of producing, because you're getting it off the internet. So it's like,
right, which is a whole nother subject that we'll tackle some other time when we have a producer on here, right? The difference between a producer and a beat maker, right? What you're getting off the internet is just a beat. So that would be considered a beat maker, right?
Right.
When you're doing the producing side of it, obviously you have input on that whole thing, right? You're in the studio.
Project.
Yeah, you're in the studio with that artist. They're rapping, you're putting in your input. You're sitting there, you're making the breakdowns, you making the changes, you doing to match whatever it is that they're doing, right? You're saying, oh, giving me a little bit more energy, giving me this, woo, woo, woo. Oh, say that, ad lib this there, boom, 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 boom,
so
boom.
Basically,
right?
You Suge Knight.
Well, no, Suge Knight was a CEO.
Yeah, but he was, he made some changes.
I mean, of course he did. I mean, if Suge say, man, that shit ain't right, man.
Yeah,
do that shit.
Throw that shit out the window. Throw that shit out the window.
And Suge did not come from Suge Knight, obviously. Suge comes from Sugar Bear, right? No R on the sugar, right? Which came from, I was section leader at Sarah T. Reed
man, you ain't had to
for 2 years. I just need to put it out there, right?
Don't worry about the school, man.
Played snare drum 2 years, Sarah T. Reed, right? We had a guy, I think his name, I want to say his name was Micey, right? Who came back, he was from Southern. And he was teaching us some stuff, and he decided that we was gonna make the little band frat. Everybody got, band heads for life. Yeah, just shout out to all the band heads. We was gonna make a little frat, right? So when it came time for my nickname, that's the nickname they gave me, Sugar Bear. So that's where that came. I've held that for a long time, even though, what I'm saying, there's a lot of Sugar Bears out there. You know what I'm saying? So, but anything that I've done professionally, I still keep that name, right? But that's where that came from. I ain't just come up one day and say, oh, I'm going to call myself Sugar Bear.
And that was the first year of Reed, right? When they opened?
Right.
All right.
Right. And, just since you brought that up, let me clarify something, right? Let me make people understand, okay? That was the first year of Sarah T. Reed, okay? Mike Misdemeanor was my cymbal section leader when I was at Reed, okay? Our drum section was percussion plus, right? We was one of the coldest drum sections in the city of New Orleans. Listen, some people, it's been debated, right?
What year this was?
This was 89,
Man.
90. Listen, I can prove it.
How?
Okay.
How? You got some you got some video?
Let's rewind, right? There is video out there, right? Right? There is video. But my drum section, which was so great because, right, the school just started, right? Now you laughing, but that in 1990, there was a citywide drum section contest given at Suno that was judged by Southern's drum section.
They probably were trying to get y'all to come now.
No, ain't no come to get there, right? Everybody was there. John Mack was there. 35 was there. Fauché was there. Everybody was there. Guess who was number one, Playboy? Guess who won it? Boy, Abe wasn't even there. You got to know Abe wasn't there, boy. That six pack, they never seen.
The man said a six pack.
They ain't never seen nothing look like that, right? So I'm just saying, in 2 years, the band just started. Guess who won the first place trophy? Sarah T. Reed, my drum section. All right, so I've been on my shit for a long time. Let me tell you how cold it was. John Mack threw their trophy on the roof, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? They throw their shit in. Let me tell you also what's crazy about it, right? My cousin was in St. Aug band. I went downtown to watch St. Aug march for this parade. John Mack was in the parade. I'm standing on the side of the band. John Mack section leader say, hey, ain't you Reed section leader? I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all cold, huh? I'm like, fucking right, you know what I'm saying? Woo, 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 right? He say, man, well, prove it. Show up in 2 weeks, they got a citywide drum section contest at Suno, judged by the Southern band. And I was like, in 2 weeks? Bitch.
So basically,
we got ready in 2 weeks. I told that motherfucker up, listen, now motherfuckers ain't gonna admit this one, but ask Charles Phillips. You know Charles. Ask Charles Phillips. Everybody know that the Funkaholics was the shit in this bitch for a good long time.
So you telling me y'all had a drum contest and it was just you 35 and John Mack?
No.
Basically Reed 35 and John Mack?
Everybody was there. Reed, Lawless, John Mack,
Lawless wasn't known for
35, Fauché. Everybody was there. You understand me? Listen, we beat everybody. It's on the books, baby. You ain't got to.
I want to see these books.
I
want to see these books. All I know is from 95 to 99, 55, 52 Reed. That school on Reed, Iverson was the truth.
Hey,
and that's all we gonna say.
Listen, didn't I tell you I went to Reed? Bitch.
You went to Reed. Listen,
yeah. I was at Reed, right?
Yeah.
I was in the drum section. I'm sorry to everybody, every drum section people, band head out there. I apologize for even being a part of Iverson band. Because listen, we had 3 snares, baby.
Man, stop it,
we
man.
We had 3 snares,
You gonna
right?
start with the disrespect.
They had the coolest snares in the city, though. They had them catgut snares with the shit cut out in the middle. But listen,
the hate is
we
real,
had
man.
3 snares and about 30 people in the band, bitch. That's why they called it the 6-pack. Listen, straight trash. I just wanted to march that bad, right? And look, that's why this is so interesting, right? I got a lot of flack, right? Because if anybody know me, all the people, and this can be proven too. I went to St. Aug Summer Band for 2 years in a row, right? Everything that I learned came from St. Aug.
So you trying to say you ain't learned under Abe?
I ain't learned. Listen, that's what I'm getting to.
Man, stop it,
Listen,
man.
Stop. Let me stop.
It was a white band teacher?
Listen, yes, it was a white band teacher.
So I know you definitely learned something.
No, I ain't learned a goddamn thing. I taught Iverson drum section every fucking thing they know.
Now you're a teacher, man. Come on, man.
Listen, I taught them everything they know. And listen, when I left to go to Reed, they tried to act like talking about, man, you stole our shit. Boy, y'all didn't had no shit. When I got to Iverson, y'all was playing boom, 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 boom.
We had a white band teacher. That's what they do.
And listen, I brung what I knew to the section. But then when I left and taught the same thing to my section at Reed, they wanted to act like I stole something from them. Look, man, we getting off subject, but I'm just saying.
Before we get off this subject,
what?
Let's just go ahead and clear the air.
Clear it.
Iverson was the best thing that happened to New Orleans East.
No.
Yes.
No.
Football, basketball, baseball, track, band. Y'all never beat us.
Y'all had some good sports.
Y'all never beat us in nothing.
Listen, let's not talk
Y'all
crazy.
couldn't even come in front of school.
Let's not talk crazy. From, I don't know what years this was. I want to say 96, 97, 95 to 97. Reed was the best band in the city.
You high, man. What's the next subject, man?
Listen, I'm trying to explain to you.
Over Kennedy?
Yes.
St. Aug?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Well, listen.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna digress with the St. Aug thing.
Yeah, but you better digress with the Kennedy.
Let's just say this. There's never been a band in this city that was better than St. Aug. It's period.
Never?
Never.
Fucking old Perry Walker right now. Walker Land, whatever they call themselves.
Well, you talking after Katrina. I'm talking before Katrina.
The four was pretty nice.
Boy, I wish you
coming out them doors off for right.
Listen, let's get off bands, because I told y'all he know about music, but he obviously don't know about bands. Okay, so
all I know is A was the truth.
Get off
I'm sticking to that. I represent red, white, and blue, you heard me?
Man,
if you see me from Mardi Gras, you gonna know what I'm talking about.
Man, listen.
Come on, man. What's next, man?
Stop.
What's next, man? He talking about Reed. Fuck Reed, man.
Hey, go do your research. Go do your research. The first annual Omega Sci-Fi drum section contest as Suno was won by Sarah T. Reed in its second year in existence. Matter of fact, we did the 35. No,
what is
I'm about to say 35. We did Xavier Prep Talent Show 1 year in the 90s, and when we got off the stage, nigga, motherfucking look, y'all could call me. I don't give a shit because I got witnesses.
Who went to Xavier Prep Talent Show?
Motherfucking 35 drum section didn't even get on the stage, bitch, after we got on that motherfucker. That's how serious it was.
What the name of this thing was?
Huh?
What the name of this contest was?
It was Omega Sci-Fi. You might not be able to look that shit up on the internet, man. Band heads know, man. Band heads.
I'm asking my cousin here, band head. What's the next subject, man? Because you done got me all rather up talking about Reed.
Ladies and gentlemen, he don't know nothing about bands, but just know, I was that nigga. You understand me? Reed was that. Now the band was, we was more on some grambling stuff, so people didn't understand it. You understand me? But our drum section,
not grambling, huh?
Yeah, our drum section was, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what I about to say? The problem we have in the city with hip hop, right? Do you think that it's hate, or is it just scarcity? Meaning, or is it just like so much of a drought of success?
I think it's dick riding.
Is dick riding?
You go out, dagger shop, a club, you have a New Orleans DJ in there.
Right.
He will not play New Orleans music, but he'll play everybody else shit.
Yeah.
It's dick riding.
Well, I listen, I'm with you because, of course, I'm still doing music, right? So I have a stake in this battle, if you may. The problem is, bounce is the dominant music from New Orleans in the club. If you don't give them a certain type of record, they won't play it because, and I've tried to DJ before, it's a freaking headache. Shout out to all the DJs out here. It's a headache, right? What happens is, if you come and play an unknown record after Drake or after Kendrick Lamar or after Future or after, the flow gonna clear, and they can't have that in the club, right? So the song got to, so it's really what we would call a catch-22, right? You can't get your song hot without it playing in the club on the radio, right? But they not gonna play it in the club on the radio unless it's hot.
Right.
So it's a catch-22. So I do, I'm not anti-DJ, right? With that, I'm mad with the DJs. I can say that. I'm mad with the radio, but I'm not anti-DJ. I am anti-radio because I think what they doing is just whack, right? So, but DJs, they have a job to do, which is keeping the dance flow popping.
But to that note, I mean, you mean to tell me everybody in the club don't know a New Orleans song?
If it's a new song, correct.
Not even a new song, just if the guy been out.
We not in the
No,
we're not in the 90s, right?
No, I'm saying right now, if a guy's been out, like,
I mean, they could have the hottest song, but they still not gonna play it.
I think this shit just, I think, cause the New York DJ playing it, so I gotta play it. Our clubs are different.
Well, they playing was playing on the radio because that's what everybody dancing to, right? But what happens is, again, if they're not familiar with that song, they're not going to play it. What should be happening is they should be playing it at the beginning of the night, right? When the club is not super packed, you keep playing it at the beginning of the night. But that's where I have a little bit of an argument with the DJs, because sometimes they're not willing to play the stuff early. They don't really care. Like the art of breaking a record, which is what DJs did.
Yeah.
That's gone. They not breaking records no more.
Well, not K-Slade. The dude in New York, the bald head dude, the messy dude, he still break records.
Well, I'm talking local.
Yeah, local.
right?
DJ Duff break records.
DJ Duff.
Cal.
Oh yeah, that's our people. Yeah, he break records.
You know Shout out to DJ Duff, man.
Break records. Now
Chicken too. Shout out to Chicken.
Chicken with I don't know. Listen, Chicken, you need to holler because I don't even know where Chicken at right now.
I haven't. Corner.
Huh?
They around the corner.
Around the corner. Okay.
Yeah.
But when Chicken was popping, he would definitely break records. But now and it's a whole disconnect, right? It's a disconnect between, we're not even gonna talk about the radio because that's a whole nother discussion. We're gonna get on that. But it's a disconnect between the artists and the DJs. I've been to a couple of, forums with artists and DJs, right? And I've heard out a DJ mouth, there is no hot songs from artists in the city of New Orleans. Verbatim. They said that out of their mouth.
Like recently?
Yes. Like last year, in the last year, they said, if you give us a hot song, we'll play it. Now, we know that's bullshit. I'm looking into the camera. We know that's bullshit.
I hate the music, but they didn't have a song or 3 or 5 that's been hot.
Listen, they got some hot songs out there. You know what I'm saying? So, it just depends on, and the radio, they running stuff, and I don't know what the situation is.
T had a hot song.
Listen, that's been another one of my arguments, right? Because they don't play Nati, nor do they play Currency, right?
Right, and Currency give you a concert and sell that bitch out.
Right. So what we would consider the hottest things in the city, right? Nati and Currency. They don't shout out to Nati and Currency. They don't play neither one of their music, right? So you can't tell me that they don't have not one song that they can play. But see, what it is, this is my opinion, of course, in my opinion, it has something to do with
dollars,
the almighty dollar, right? In some way, shape, or form. Now you can't. I'm not saying Q93. Don't get me wrong. Don't try to ban me from nothing. I'm not saying Q93 take payola or nothing like that. But it's some type of relationship. Y'all gonna ban me because I don't
fuck with y'all.
Well, yeah, he gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. This is some type of relationship or something that goes on.
The programming director from New Orleans. So you mean to tell me you can't walk in there to your boss and be like, look, we gonna put this on, even if it's at 7:00. It ain't gotta be at the 2 to Wayne shift, 2 to 5 or 2 to 7. We gonna put this on at 7:00. We gonna what happened to the if it's hot, rock it or drop it, they used to do. Hot or not. And see the thing about Nati, what I like, shout out to Nati, I like her. But she do her own thing. She got a little website, a little SoundCloud or whatever.
Yeah, so she don't
even care.
She
don't even
really
care. Yeah.
Same thing with Spitter. He don't care. He give a shit.
Right.
But what it hurts is all the other artists from the city
that can't do that.
Nobody can really break through, right? And this is the craziest thing. And I understand it. Then, man, you gotta grind. Listen. Let me say something.
You can't go to the gas station and sell $5 CDs no more because motherfuckers don't even have CD player in their car.
Talking about the grind. Listen, they got artists in this city that grind their ass off. But are we seeing the fruit of that? Are we seeing major following or DJs playing it or radio playing it or, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not happening. So what I would say, and because I don't want to bash anybody. I'm gonna be politically correct. Something has to be done, which brings me full circle. Believe it or not, I had a conversation with Weeby on the 31st in Blue Oak Barbecue, and we spoke about this same thing. And Weeby's last words to me before I left was, "Hey man, follow me because I'm gonna give a town meeting with all the artists and everybody because we need to do something." Because we had this same conversation about when is it going to stop? When is it going to change? When is any attention going to be paid to our artists? Because
fuck, he had eyes on.
Stupid hot, right?
Snoop was on a bitch.
Hey.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the formula or what the theory is for you to be on the radio. Like, you would think that these people will be grandfathered in, right? Because just of who they is. Because I seen PNC say something similar, right? It's like, why do I have to keep on proving myself to you? I'm already proven, right? I'm a hit maker, right? So don't put me in the same, give me some respect, right? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It just goes to say, there is a problem. Do I have the answers? You don't have the answers, Sway. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, Sway. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the answers, but it's something.
One thing that could be done, they need another radio station, but it has to be local.
That you know,
it has to be
that
local.
Could possibly work.
And that's hard. But then I look at the former people who came up out of New Orleans.
Right.
That should be looking into that, to do that. Stunner, Percy, you know, whoever else. You could get a radio station. And I'm not saying just cater to local music, but incorporate local music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For instance, PJ Martin won a fucking Grammy.
Listen, they don't play
this man shit.
They don't play his shit neither.
The fucking Grammy.
98 play his shit though.
Well, that's.
But that's not Q93, right?
That's iHeart. I mean, that's
it's still iHeart.
It's the same thing, but he young.
Right.
We listen to it. Q93 could put it on.
Shout out to PJ Martin, man. I've said this on Instagram. I think PJ Martin is Little Stevie Wonder. You know, the
boy good.
That boy good. Listen, this he is supremely talented.
Yeah.
Like it ain't no denying his talent. Which brings me to other things. I'm gonna shout out Lucky Day. I'm gonna shout out Ombre Perkins. You may not.
I don't know them people, yeah.
All right. Ombre not. She on. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, D1. You know what I'm saying?
D1.
Out here. Luke James.
I forgot about D1. I could put him in the top 5 current New Orleans.
What's my other partner? I'm saying my partner, but I fuck with him heavy. Man, he's an R&B singer. Matter of fact, guess where he went to high school at? Reed.
Nobody kept on the fucking Reed.
Guess what Spitter went to high school at?
I don't know what Spitter went to high school. Did Spitter go to high school?
Reed.
Because he was trying to bring
At least I think he went to
guns
Reed.
to the Grammys.
I think he went to Reed
in '97.
Somebody can correct me. You know what I'm saying? But I think he went to Reed. But listen,
we got another group
August
down here.
Alsina. That's what I want to say. August Alsina, right?
Oh yeah, he from here. Yeah.
But listen, which if you think about that, all them people I named besides Currency, guess what they did to get on?
They left.
Right? So, I mean, the writing is on the wall, right? Every last one of them, that Lucky Day, Luke James, everybody who's popping, even they got this little cat named Pell, right?
Mm-hmm.
He nice too. Guess what he did? He left. Everybody who's left, because see, the thing is, the talent in New Orleans is supreme. We have the talent, but we just ain't getting the shots, right? So when you go somewhere else with other people, that talent shines through even more, and then you get that chance.
But it pissed me off because you come down here from Iowa and Kentucky and North Dakota, and I want to go listen to New Orleans music. So if all these people could see it, and it ain't just rap. It's your jazz, your second line, your blues. All these people come see it. Why we as New Orleans can't see it? Why I say, for instance, we say they don't play PJ Martin. They don't. They got another group down here that's nominated for a Grammy.
With Tank and the Bangers?
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Do they play? They might play them on 98.5, but
they don't. I listen to 98.5. They don't play them. And it's sad.
So,
and this is not radio hosts that's from Mississippi or from California. These people were born and raised in NOLA. But I get it that everybody has a boss.
Right.
You got to stay employed. You have to do what you have to do. But come on, man. Somebody should be on not Parger Street, whatever street that is, where the radio station is located. What that is, St. Charles. Somebody need to be at the door.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
every day.
I listen. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm drinking what's called a beautiful, right? This is a beautiful, right? This is Hennessy and Grand Marnier, right? Just that get right, okay?
We ain't giving no free plugs out.
I'm about to get to that. Hennessy, Grand Marnier, y'all call us, man. You know what I'm saying? When this come out, all the information and the websites and all of that's gonna be available. So y'all get in touch with us because
talk to our manager
on
and
the
his
next
wife.
episode, all of this stuff gonna be turned around. When you make that phone call and you say, "Hey, man, I'll give you a few dollars," we gonna turn it back around so you can see the labels and everything. So you can.
And the right call our manager, we only put one up there for the right price.
Hey, that's what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So we at the Box Studios right now. Shout out my people, Byron. You know what I'm saying? Made this possible for us. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be doing this I ain't going to say every week. We're going to try to do it every week. The platform, obviously, is a mix between Drink Champs and the Breakfast Club, right?
But we New Orleans, so we're not even mimicking none of them.
Saying. With a New Orleans twist. But I'm saying, if you want to know what, you know what I'm saying, what you can expect, right? We just doing the first episode with us just so you can kind of get to know us and where we from and our thoughts and so on and so forth. But, you know, the next episodes, we're going to have guests, so on and so forth. And the name of the show, obviously, is Into the Square. It's a play on a boxing ring, actually, right? When you enter the square, you come in to do that business. And next time I'm gonna have my little thing, it's gonna go ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm saying? So
you come in here, be ready to fight.
When you come up in here, you got to be ready, right? Artists, rappers, of course, they gonna have a beat. We gonna have a beat.
Artists, rappers, politicians.
You gonna have to get your
mayors.
freestyle on. So don't come in here, you know, mumbling and what they call pussyfooting.
Or some shit that you didn't put on the album already. We don't want to hear that.
Right. We want to hear them bars, right? And come up in here making it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about the upliftment of the culture in New Orleans. Whatever it is, that's what I'm about, right? Which brings me to something else, right? Shameless plug. My little clothing line, you know what I'm saying? 7 East, which obviously is a play on 7th Ward and East. That's my two things that I claim, right? So my thing with the New Orleans thing is, well, why you did a New Orleans hat, right? The New Orleans hat is because back in the G, the only hat I used to wear was New York, right? Because that was the most popular hat. That's what I love. That's what was popping. So, but I always was like, man, I just want a hat that's New Orleans. I'm tired, bitch, I ain't from New York. Right? I'm not from New York. I'm trying to rep. And then they came out with the New Orleans hats. And at that time, listen, I was mad at everybody. I'd be looking at TV, whatever it is. I'm like, man, bitch, why you wearing that old stupid ass New York hat, man? Fuck all that. I could see you wearing it when they didn't have no New Orleans hat, but they got New Orleans hats now. You straight from New Orleans. Why you got on this New York? I know it's fashion and all of that bullshit, and I used to do it myself. But soon they came out with New Orleans, man, rep New Orleans, man. Everything you had.
I'm a Yankees fan, so I'm gonna wear my Yankees hat.
That's fine. You get a pass for that one because you're an actual Yankees fan.
I'm a die.
But I'm saying, rep New Orleans. You heard me? All day, every day. It's what's popping.
The best city in America, man.
So, we've had a long, lengthy talk here. I think we've explained a lot of things. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm going to have some drinks for y'all when y'all come, everybody who coming, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have a little something. We're going to have shots. We're going to have whatever. You can't, listen, don't get mad with me. Management. This is management, right? Ain't no, you know what I mean up in here. If you better bring a vape or a hookah or something.
No drugs
like
allowed. Drugs will not enter the premises.
Drug-free zone. Now, I mean, hopefully.
But you could do them outside.
On the corner out there. But you might not want to go outside. Them people might get you.
Ain't nobody gonna do you nothing, man.
I'm talking about them rats outside.
We broadcasting from the best part of New Orleans, people.
Them little rats walking up and down the street yesterday.
And we ain't talking about the one that run in your house.
So, from Into the Square in the Box Studios, this is Uncle Sug and
Slim, baby.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Peace out.